Hello everyone, my name is Yuri Gubanov. I represent a company called Belkasoft, and today we will speak about our new Belkasoft Evidence Center 2017 version 8.3. In today's agenda, we will speak first of all about some news on Belkasoft, how we help community, and I will also introduce you our new Vice President of Sales for North America. Then we will discuss what Belkasoft Evidence Center stands for those of you who never tried the tool. So I'll give you some brief introduction to the tool so that you can understand what it is about, what tasks it helps to solve. Then we will devote most of the time of the webinar for what's new in the version 8.3, and then I'll finish the webinar with a small insight of what will be included to the version 8.4, which will come in a few months. So first of all, I'm proud to announce that we are third year in a row IASI's Titanium sponsor, and for the next training by this organization, which will take place in Florida in the beginning of May, we donated a license to each and every attendee for the entire event and also for 3 months after the event. And we also donated a full year license to each IASIS trainer. So we are proud of that. And the second news is that we now have a new Vice President of Sales, James, who is also on this webinar. He will be responsible for the entire territory of United States and Canada. Here you can see the phone number and also email of James. And I hope that James hears us. James, can you say
I can actually. Good morning. How are you today?
Yeah, please say something to our attendees.
Well, I actually start on the 17th, but I'm very excited to start this new venture with Belkasoft, and I'm looking forward to some great success and also helping out the Belkasoft customers with a great tool.
Yeah, thanks, James. So these were brief news about Belkasoft, and now let me go to the tool. So first of all, what is Belkasoft Evidence Center? It's a tool which supports both computer and mobile forensics in a single product. It allows you to do low-level analysis of file systems of devices such as smartphones, computers, laptops. It also allows you to extract more than 800 artifacts out of the box completely automatically. It can restore deleted data using different techniques, for example, using carving. It analyzes and shows you data inside SQLites, plists, registry files, and some other types of files. And the price of the tool is pretty affordable. So if you compare it with bigger tools, you may get the Evidence Center for the price of their renewals. So what tasks the product helps you to solve? First of all, it can acquire a device, such as mobile device, a smartphone, iOS or Android device, a hard drive, a removable drive, or a cloud. We support a number of different cloud types. Then you can review a file system of a device, whether it's acquired with Belkasoft or any other major tool on the market. It can show you deleted data in some special places such as volume shadow copy, unallocated space, slack space, and so on. Then it can help you to search communications such as emails, chats, social network communications, various documents such as Microsoft or open office documents. It can go through different media files such as pictures and videos. It can search inside these files. It can detect pornography. It can detect faces, scanned texts. It can detect whether a picture is forged or edited in a tool like Photoshop, and so on. The tool helps you to find deliberately deleted artifacts, whether a file is deleted or, say, a chat is deleted inside some application like Skype or WhatsApp. If artifact is robustly deleted with a tool such as CCleaner, the tool can help you to find implicit traces, such as traces inside thumbnails or jump lists, prefetch, link files, and so on and so forth. And all these detections are automatic. What is the benefit of this tool? And of course, it supports bookmarking, search, customizable reporting, and so on. The tool is widely used by many customers all over the world. You can see some of our customers in the United States and some of customers outside the United States. And you can see that most of our customers are from governmental agencies, police, customs, border control, various anti-drug committees, various postal inspections, and so on and so forth. So now let me go to the main part of the webinar, what is new in Evidence Center 8.3. And here you can see major improvements. First of all, it's a new window called Dashboard. Then it's support for 64-bit configurations, something called origin paths, some predefined searches, a lot of updated and new applications which can be analyzed out of the box, and some usability improvements such as reworked task manager window and better layout of windows inside the tool. First of all, a dashboard. Dashboard is a new window which allows you to review current cases. It shows you all data sources for your case, and you can see the picture for that at the bottom of the screen. It shows you statistics of what artifacts are extracted for each data source, so you can easily review what type of artifact is prevailing in this or that case. You can see main contacts in the case sorted by importance, and you can also see a pie chart for artifact types not splitted by data source. On the screen you can see what it looks like, and you can see that in my case on the screen most of artifacts are for URLs, almost 2,000 artifacts. You can see a lot of system event logs, 1 in 5,000. Some chats, 350, and so on. So now let me go to the tool. By the way, you can review different cases now without opening the case. So you can quickly find some recent case if you lost a little in numerous cases you have. So here you can see one of my biggest cases. You can see a case which has 7.5 million of chats and 3.3 million pictures. So this kind of cases are now can be handled by Belkasoft, especially with the x64 version. So let me create a case. Call it webinar April 6. Okay. So, by the way, the add data source window is also reworked. You can see it now has a more clear layout of different options. First of all, I would like to analyze my sample folder, which contains different samples. And I would like to automatically extract different artifacts, and also I would like to run hash set analysis. Okay. On the second page, which stays the same, you can see what types of artifacts we support and what particular applications we can help you with. You can see, for example, how many different chat applications Belkasoft supports for different operating systems such as Windows, Mac OS X, Android, iOS, Linux, and some others. Okay, I click Finish, and the tool asks me whether I would like to add another data source, and I would like to add one more data source, which is a live memory image. This image can be created with the help of our free tool. Let me schedule the analysis of memory image. And now I say no, I don't want to add any other data source. For those of you who never seen Belkasoft before, here is a free tool which we have for memory capturing. It's called Live RAM Capture. When you download Evidence Center, Live RAM is already included to the tool. So it's very easy to use tool. You can just click Capture to get the entire image of running Windows computer memory. So that's one type of acquisition we support. Another type of acquisition we support, or another three types of acquisition we support, is acquisition of a hard drive or mobile device and cloud data. Acquiring drives is pretty much straightforward. It looks like any other tool of the market. So you can acquire physical or logical drive. Like you can select any device attached to your machine. You can do this in raw or E01 format. You can do different checksums. You can split output by several parts. You can also acquire a mobile device. Currently, we support logical acquisition for Apple's Android devices. For example, now I have my iPhone connected to my machine. iOS 10.2.1 is supported, and of course previous versions. And the dump will be made in standard iTunes format. I also have my Android attached to the computer. Now it's unauthorized. So now I click OK on my device, which you cannot see, but you see that now it says that it's Android version 6, and before it was telling that this device is unauthorized. For Androids, we make backups in standard ADB format. I will not do device dump right now because it takes time, but it's pretty straightforward. So finally, you can acquire three types of clouds: Google Drive, Google Plus, and iCloud. For example, for Google Drive, you can use authentication method called consent screen, and actually it opens a browser and asks you to log in, or if you already logged in, you just click allow button. Again, we'll not show you this because it takes time. I have quite a number of documents in my Google Drive. You can test this with a trial version of the tool. So so for my case, which I just analyzed, it still analyzes my memory dump, but all other analyses were completed, as you can see here. So once it's analyzed, I can review what is inside my case by using the new dashboard screen. So I select my case called webinar April 6, and I can see more or less everything about this case. First of all, let me mention that I added two data sources. One is my folder, another one was a memory dump. But I can see four data sources. That's because two data sources were nested ones. Android backup was found inside my folder, and it was automatically connected to the case. So it's pretty handy because you don't know what inside your suspect's machine, whether it's a virtual machine file or a smartphone backup or some other types of files which we can analyze. So for this case, I have two nested data sources. One is an Android backup, and the other one is page file. Page file can also contain a lot of interesting data. And in my case, it contains 7 pictures. Actually, it's a small sample page file. Usually, a page file will contain thousands or tens of thousands of different artifacts. So for each data source, you can see how many different artifacts did it have. For example, my sample folder contains 500 URLs, 200 chats, 60 pictures, and so on. If I click here on chats, the software will automatically show you overview screen and navigate to chats item here. So at the right, you can review each and every chat inside this case extracted from this particular data source. Below the data source portion of the screen, you can see contacts. Of course, in a big case, there will be hundreds, thousands, or even millions of contacts. So it's a little bit waste of screen space to add all the contacts here to dashboard. So we add only 20 most important contacts, and they are arranged, they are sorted by a number of communications they had. So in my sample case, I have Belkasoft test is the main contact, 58 contacts, 58 communications, and then some others. If I go to more or less real case, I can see it's myself with 200,000 communications. Okay. By the way, when you click on a contact, the software will navigate to contacts item in the overview. Likewise for the chats. And below contacts, you can see this pie chart with different artifacts in the case. So let me click on URLs, and again, I'm navigated to overview screen to URLs item. So this is about dashboard. It's pretty handy new window, and we already got a number of positive replies about positive feedback about this new screen. The next important new function or a new type, new configuration for Belkasoft Evidence Center is the support for x64. And it's actually, it was a tough work to do, but we finally rewrote some internal stuff for Evidence Center to enable it to run in 64-bit mode. What's good in 64-bit is that it can work with much larger amounts of memory, and now the product does not fail with out-of-memory errors or something like that in working with huge cases. If we go back to the tool, at the title, you can see that it's x64 configuration. So you can see that with my x64, I was able to extract that amount of artifacts: 7 million of chats, 3 million of pictures. So in total, it's about 15 or 20 million of different artifacts. x64 is free to our existing customers. For some older customer licenses, we will need to regenerate your license. If it doesn't work for your license, please write to our support. Technically, the x64 version is bound to a dongle, so it doesn't work so far with a fixed license. It works only with a floating license. So if you'd like to upgrade to the floating license, again, please write us. Next important thing is something what we call a region paths. There are a number of questions which you are asked about artifacts if they are extracted automatically but by the software, not by you. So where this or that artifacts originated from? What is an offset of an artifact if it was carved from somewhere? If something is from SQLite database, what was a table, what was the row, and so on. If it was carved from unallocated space inside SQLite, how to check that? What was the offset? And also for each artifact, you would like to understand what is a data source if you have multiple devices in your case. What was the image, forensic image it was taken from. Sometimes an artifact is a nested one. For example, it was a picture from a document which was an attachment to an email from some mailbox. And this is a little bit tough to explain when you don't know the exact way how this artifact was extracted. So all these questions are now answered with a region paths. Let me go back to the tool and go to Case Explorer, and now I go to my instant messengers and go to Belkasoft test Sky profile. So when I click on SQLite here, by the way, this is also a new feature that you can, for SQLite data, you can review it right inside item properties. Also, there is something what I call secret button. This one, what helps you to open SQLite and other viewers in a full screen mode. So I can review all SQLite data effectively using my big screen. Okay, let me go back to my Skype, and I can see that all my items for my messages table are highlighted with red color because they are from a free list, actually not from existing table. So let me click on chat and go to the bottom of the bottom of the item properties window, and now you can see the new section called a region. So I have all details about where this item was taken from. So it was taken from samples data source. You can see the path to this data source. You can see what was a type of profile, what was a profile name, and path to the profile inside the data source. And now a region path. A region path tells you exactly from where this chat was extracted. So data source was samples, and you can see double slash, which means that before it is a data source name. Then you can see a relative path to a file from where the data were extracted. Then again double slash, and you can see a table called messages, and moreover you can see again after double slash that it was a free list. So now you can easily say from where this item was extracted. From a SQLite database called MainDB. This was the path, this was a data source, the table name was messages, but it was taken not from existing items from this table, but from a free list for this table. And if you are asked, well, prove me that it's indeed there, you have a local offset inside this SQLite database. So it was something like 308,000 and so on. So now you are armed with all these answers, which is pretty useful when you go to court. Next handy function is predefined searches which run out of the box while the product analyzes your data sources. Before you could do predefined searches manually, but it was kind of hidden. Now there is a dedicated item in search results which shows you all these predefined searches out of the box without you running them. And you can see things like IP addresses extracted from all possible artifacts types, email addresses, phone numbers, credit card numbers, and even things like full Windows paths used in emails, chats, documents, or registry, or even hosting URLs, video hosting URLs such as YouTube, for example. So let me again go to the tool. And now, by the way, you can see that search results is now a top-level window. Before it was a dockable window inside Case Explorer. So at the left, you can see what searches gave non-zero result for my case. For example, I can click IP addresses and see all IP addresses from URLs, from registry, and some other types of artifacts, for example, from Skype, and so on. You can see different MAC addresses, different URLs, search results for Google and other search engines like Bing or Yahoo, and so on. From here, by the way, you can also do bookmarking and reporting. Next enhancement is reworked Task Manager. Those of you who worked before with Task Manager noticed that it may contain thousands of tasks for bigger cases. Now, Task Manager is split. First of all, it's also a top-level window. It's now on the top of Evidence Center interface. It occupies the entire screen, and Task Manager window is divided by two. At the top, you can see top-level tasks, which are either run by a user or they are derived from tasks run by a user. When you click on, we call this top-level task or parent tasks. When you click on this top-level task, you can see smaller tasks at the bottom of this window. And these smaller tasks are tasks like analyze a single system file or analyze a mailbox or analyze profile for a chat program and so on. So now they do not burden the interface. You can see the overall progress much easily by reviewing top-level tasks only and disregarding the tasks which are on bottom. But if you like to go deep in details, you can review, for example, tasks which ended with errors. And here there is a single task which ends with errors, and you can review what error was by double-clicking. So it now became much easier and more handy. Finally, there is a better Windows layout. You've seen something already, that Windows like Case Explorer, File System, and Overview, they are now top-level Windows, and they have own item lists. So navigation became much easier, much clearer. We made viewers like Hex Viewer, SQLite Viewer, and others also top-level viewers. But also, as you already have seen, they are shown in item properties. So you can quickly review something related to this or that item, or you can open the viewer in full screen mode and use effectively the entire monitor which you have. We already got a number of positive results. So one of our customers says that it's a great set of features. Memory management is much better, and the examiner is now better informed about the data. It's much easier, and the customer says that it has made my job a bit easier and faster. So thanks for those of you who are sending us this kind of feedback. And of course, we are open to criticism, which helps us to improve the tool. Next page is about what artifacts we added or updated in 8.3. You can see a number of chats, some major browsers for iOS, a number of system files, including prefetch files, which were for a long time requested by our customers. A number of updated and new computer and mobile applications which we extract out of the box, such as support for Uber or better support for Internet Explorer 10, better support for Telegram, support for new version of Skype, and some others. Also, carving and recovery of deleted data was improved for some mobile phone related applications such as SMSs for smartphones, calls, WhatsApp, and others. So is it? I shown you some improvements and some major workflow, but of course the product can do much more things. For example, it can show you how people were communicating inside the case. And for that, it has connection graph, which looks like this. And I can do different tricks. For example, I can show it as dots and detect communities. And you can see that now it has different colors arranged by groups. And the same color means that people of the same color know each other very well, while they don't know people of other color or another colors. Bigger items may mean guys with more contacts than others. You can click on one or another guy to review who was that, what were the contacts, or you can click on a communication to review what communication was between the two guys. You can see that they were chatting using chat programs and they were sending emails between each other, and you can review all communications here. Photo forgery detection, I think it's a little bit too much for today, so just to say that this is a feature to robustly detect whether a picture was edited after it left a camera. Geodata analysis. We automatically extract different geolocation. We can show you it on Google Maps or Google Earth. And again, Google Maps is now a top-level screen, unlike previous version, so you can easily review where this picture has been taken, and you can do tricks like that to see what... Oh, I'm inside the building, probably. That's pretty funny. So I was not that good to position the icon. Okay, so you can do tricks like that to see from where a picture has been taken. Next, item is detection of faces, scan text, and skin tone. Again, I will skip that for today. We also have scripting, which helps you to customize unusual tasks. You probably know nscript, and we have something called Belkasoft. We are integrated with the ncase and some other software like Passware, for example. There is a portable there is a possibility to create a portable case with help of evidence reader, export to evidence reader, which we also have. And we have many, many more. And let me again go back to the tool. Remember, I added a memory dump. So let me go to File System and show you how memory dump was parsed. So when I click on this memory dump, I can see all the processes inside this memory dump. And for example, I can sort by process and find some Skype process. And when I click on this item in Hex Viewer, I can see all context, all memory contents of this process. But also the product can carve what is inside these processes. And if I go to the Case Explorer, I can see a number of items carved out of live memory. For example, I can go to Pictures for Chrome, and I can see some pictures, for example, picture which probably belong to Google Street View. So this can be done, of course, manually for using Hex Viewer, but the product makes life easier by carving memory dumps out of the box. So you can work on low level with the help of File System Explorer, where you can select this and that process and review in Hex Viewer. Or you can work in a high level where, by reviewing what the product extracted for you out of the box. And by the way, that's not only about live memory. For example, you can go to my sample folder and you can review what was inside my Android AB. So here you can see what was the structure of an Android device, and you can even extract a fraction or the entire device backup to your investigation machine. So you can unpack a backup or virtual machine or something like that without using any third-party mounting tools. So basically, this is it about demo. We have much more functions which I can't show in the short webinar, but we have affordable training which is available at salesbelkasoft.com, and you can request a training. We have a short 3-hour training, and we have full-day training or even 2-day training if you like. So feel free to ask us about that. So now to finalize the webinar, let me make some highlights and some insight on what is coming. So in version 8.4, which will be released in less than 2 months, we will add the decryption of new iOS 10.2 backups. You know that Apple recently changed the encryption for backups. Actually, it's already supported. We already have a beta version, but it's not yet published on our site. We also have a physical acquisition of rooted Android devices. About six or seven different techniques will be used for different types of phones, and we will also update our free tool called Belka Imager, Belkasoft acquisition tool. It will be able to make physical acquisition as well. We are now actively using on customer requests. A lot of customers' requests are already implemented, so I hope you'll be happy with how better the tool becomes. And we'll have some secret functions which I will not disclose right now, but again, I hope you will be very pleased with them. So stay tuned, the release is very soon. Now, thanks for your attention, and I can reply to your questions, if any. You can use the chat window or questions window to ask me any questions on the tool or on what's new. Thanks for your attention, and please, your questions.